Life in Japan. What's that like? Well, I can't speak for life in Japan. I can speak about my experience living in Japan. Love it. Lived here for a very long time, a few years ago before COVID. And I came because I was completely obsessed with Japan from high school. And I lived here for more than 10 years, just a little over 10 years. And I loved it. And went back home. Was supposed to go home for a short visit and then go somewhere else, and that didn't work out. So I was in Jamaica for 3 years, and I missed Japan. So I came back, and persons have asked me, "How do you feel?" And to be honest, being back, um, there's no excitement. There's no like change. No intense emotion. I told someone a few days ago that being back actually feels like coming home. So I felt like I had left home and was away from home for a while. So being back in Jamaica for me was a little bit difficult, but that is also a part of reverse culture shock. But mine went on for 3 years, along with other stuff. But mine was for 3 years. I just missed Japan. Even thinking about it now, I'm feeling the emotions. I miss Japan. I miss the food. I miss the quietness. I miss the lifestyle. And when I say lifestyle, just the politeness, the customer service, the feeling. It's a more secure country, so you feel a lot safer. So I missed that. It was a country I started to adult in. I lived an adult's life in Japan, and so going back was difficult for several reasons. It's not, I personally, this is my personal opinion, I personally don't think unless there's some major need to, I don't think an adult should move back into their parents' home. But this is my opinion. I've always wanted to be independent ever since I was like about 15, 16. So that's how I think. Glad to be back, but like I said, it feels like coming home. I'm in a different prefecture. It is a cold one, and I don't like snow. So we're gonna see how that works out. But I say to persons who want to, all right, let's change the scene. I'm gonna wash the dishes. Oh, it's still recording. Okay, so I gotta do some cleaning up. I got lots of papers all over the place. Okay, so if you're coming to Japan, first thing is, why do you want to come to Japan? Why do you want to move to any country? Some persons move for jobs. Maybe their job is transferring them to another country, and they have to prepare for that. Let me show you my videos. They have to prepare for that. Maybe they don't want to. Maybe they're excited by the idea. Maybe they're leaving loved ones behind, or the loved ones will join them later. Other persons move because they're looking for work in another country, and others move because it's a place they want to go to, and if they want to stay long term, then they have to have a source of income. Some people are digital nomads. Some people find work in another country that they want to be in. In my case, I had an obsession with Japan from high school, and I needed to find a way to come here and stay long term. Not for 2 weeks on vacation, spending money that I saved up and have to go back and, recoup that money. I really wanted to come here and stay long term. I didn't know how long. I know when I did leave Jamaica, I told my family and friends, I'm never coming back. I said, I'm never coming back to Jamaica. I'm staying in Japan forever until I die. And I went back. Anyway, I learned about the JET program, and so I worked towards that. Got my degree for that, to be honest. But I got a degree in something I liked, which was food. I started studying computers, and then I like computers. I like things that are machine or food oriented or animal oriented. I'm not a people person, um, but I can do my job if it requires me interacting with people. But I wanted to study something that I liked and not just get a degree in something that just because I needed a degree. And once I got that degree, I didn't even go to my graduation. Soon as I knew my degree was confirmed and I could get the papers, I was on the JET program, left. And yeah, stayed in Japan for 10 years. So for me, that I came to Japan first time because it's a country I wanted to be in. When I left, I was going to go somewhere else, and that didn't work out. And well, it was taking way too long to work out. And I just thought it doesn't seem like it's going to work out. So I decided to come back to the place that I missed and that I knew how to, I had the experience of living there. And from Japan, this is my opinion, I haven't done it from Jamaica. From Japan, I feel like I can travel to other countries a lot easier than if I were applying for a visa or something from Jamaica. But this is what I think. It is not my experience. I just find that living in Japan and having a job in Japan and showing that this is where I'm based, I think it makes it easier for me to get a visa. Of course, I have no proof of that. I don't have proof of it otherwise. So yeah. So yeah. So if you're coming to Japan or going to any country, know the reason why you're going. Have your goals in sight. Have goals. If you have to learn the language, have goals to study the language. And to do things, to make life there like you would make life in your own country. So in your own country, you probably would set goals. I want to achieve this, 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 this. Do the same thing if you move to another country, so that it's a fulfilling life, you know, and to take care of your mental and physical health. Oh, what's my ear sticking out like that? Living in a country like Japan, oh, so annoying. Living in a country like Japan, for me, or for a Westerner, where the culture is so opposite, can be a lot. And whatever I was listening to, I was watching, let me try to remember, a Black Experience in Japan, BEJ. He's a guy on Instagram, on YouTube. He's Jamaican also, of Jamaican background. I really like his account, his channel, and he was interviewing this American photographer living in Japan. I forgot his name. And he said the same thing I always think. If you come to Japan or go to any country with baggage from your own country, whether it's a mental thing, emotional thing, financial thing, whatever, if you come, and I'm going to speak about Japan, come here with your baggage, it's going to be exasperated even more. If you have emotional or mental issues in your own country and you don't deal with that, or you're not dealing with it, you come to Japan, where for a foreigner, especially if you don't have a friend base. I have a friend/family base because I'm a Jehovah's Witness. So wherever I go, I have my family. But if you come here and you don't have, you're not dealing with your whatever issues you had, it's gonna be worse. Your first year or so in Japan is going to feel isolating. You'll be excited, of course, but then it's gonna feel isolated, and the people, if you are different, people will be interested in you, not necessarily to be your friend. They may just be interested in you like you're a thing, as someone who is Black in Japan. People would stare, depending on where you live, would stare and touch your hair. I've had several instances of people touching my hair. This is before I locked my hair. I've had I remember one, I will never forget. I was at the train station walking with one of my colleagues, and this lady, I saw this Japanese lady walking, and she was looking at me. She was smiling, and I thought, oh, do I know her? So I'm have a pleasant expression on my face too. And as she was coming towards me, so I thought, oh, she must know me. You know what the woman did? Not a hello, not a hi, not a anything. She just came and just reached out. Just imagine as if it's a child that comes and just touches something. That's what she did. And I was like, whoa. And pulled back and I'm like, dame, which means don't, you know. And I think she apologized. It was a long time ago. And the guy I was with, he was American and also white. And of course, this experience is something he's not aware of. But it happens a lot to black women in Japan or in countries where they are the extreme minority. I think. I know in Japan it does. And he was like, do you know her? And I said, no, but this behavior is not unusual. Unusual for a total stranger to come up and do it, but not unusual for me to have persons, wanting to touch my hair, crying out loud. I've never felt like I wanted to touch someone's hair. Like never. No interest. No matter how it looks. Like hair is just a part of your body. Why would I just come and touch your body? I don't know you. We're not friends. We're not family. So anyway, yeah. So isolating. The culture is different. The language is different. The food is different. You don't have a support system. So, and depending where you live, some people, they live in the city and they really go and party, and how long does that last before you start to really, get back into whatever funk you had back home? You go out and maybe you party, go to a club or whatever, interact with people, but not on a very deep level, and then you come back or go back to your apartment or your house or whatever. So make sure you're taking care of yourself and you have goals, so you are achieving your short-term goals, your long-term goals. These are important to live a life that is fulfilling for you. But for me, I just love Japan, and I hope to stay here a long time, and I have my goals. I literally wrote them before I left Jamaica, and yeah, I'm working on achieving them. Some are long-term, some are short-term. One of them is language-based, but yeah, glad to be back in Japan. And like I said, I'd lived here for about 10 years before, and maybe 10 more years, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't even know how long I would have stayed, and I ended up staying 10 years. I was shocked. So if you have any questions, you can write them in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, I hope you like the content. It's just me chatting.